What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And so today I just want to share a new addition to my Jawa collection. As you can see, I have them all laid out here. So I got 10 loose Jawas, and then I have my one carded. I usually forget to bring this guy out, but this is my carded Power of the Force Jawa. This is a 92 back. I love this card. I mean, it does have yellowing on the bubble, but I just love it's unpunched. The card back is really nice and minty, and then of course, you know, you have Jawa there with the coin, the collectible coin that was offered during the Star Wars Power of the Force. You know, they had that collector's coin going on. So I have all my Jawas out here, and I do have a new one to the collection. And of course, if you watch my previous channel, of course, you know, I had a baggy C3PO that I added to my collection, a new one. And of course I did get another baggie, and of course I do have a bag Jawa here. Now the print is a little bit faded, as you can see, but this is very unique Jawa here, because you know, there's not a lot of bag Jawas out there that I see in the market. So I immediately jumped on this one. But let me just show you the label here. So this is a 1978 Kenner Star Wars bagged figure, and of course this is SW, that's for Star Wars, and this is a B type bag, and of course this is Jawa. Score is a 75 plus, so you know, excellent plus / near mint score. And you know, when it comes to AFA grading these bag figures, you know, they do take the bag, you know, the status or the condition of the bag into account when they, you know, they're doing the grading. So really, obviously the figures mint, you know, but of course, you know, they do grade it with the bag. So as you can see, the bag's got, you know, a couple of nicks here and there, some scratches, and then of course it does say made, yeah, so it does say made in Hong Kong in black text. So very interesting. Like I said, this is a Star Wars B type bag. So this right here was released during the original Star Wars lineup before the Empire Strikes Back toy line came out. And of course this is a B type bag, which pretty much what makes it a B type is that, of course, the one obvious thing is that the text is in black, and then it does have it in, you know, it is vertical instead of horizontal. And then of course this is as you can see here, this is heat sealed, so they use some kind of like a press or something like that to seal these bags. And of course this is a soft bag, so very cool. I really, like I said again, I don't see these in the market, so I had to jump on it. Man, I think this is the second time I've seen a bag Jawas. You know, C3POs are really common. A lot of other baggies, you know, are kind of common too, but I really don't see a Jawa out there in the market. So this is pretty interesting. I don't know, the coloring of Stitch almost looks green to me, or it's just kind of like little, you know, I want to say it is green. It does look like a green Stitch Jawa, so pretty interesting. So that is my new addition there. And so I brought out the last, you know, baggie that I got, and I did a video on this. And of course this is the C3PO baggie right here. So I just wanted to use it as a reference here so you guys can see it. But obviously, you know, obviously this one has a better grade because you can see the text, but it does say Kenner, and then it does say you know, made in Hong Kong. And this one does not have the Kenner logo, but it just says made in Hong Kong. And then of course on the back side you can see that this one's taped, and then this one's, that's a heat sealed right there. So I did some more research about these baggies, and so what I found out is that pretty much they are 4 types of the way that the baggies come. So you do have the soft, you have a crisp, you do have a soft plain baggie. So it's just a soft baggie, has no text on it, it doesn't say Kenner, it doesn't say anything. And then there's one exclusive kind of like promotional baggie that they did back in 1982. It was during a toy fair, and that was the C3PO with the removable limbs. He came in a large bag, and so it did have the Kenner logo, but it was like the Kenner logo was in a box. Like I think that was like their new logo that they were coming out with. So there are 4 of them, 4 different baggies. The way they're sealed, there's actually 3 different ways they're sealed. So they're taped like this guy right here. They're heat sealed, and then there's one more which is a tan tape, like a shipping packing tape, you know. So they usually have those. Those are like a little bit more rare, but you know, with these baggies, like, it's very interesting because these baggies, there's you know, with all the figures out there and all the different types of bags and then the way they're sealed, there's about 25 different baggies types out there. So you're talking about the bag, the text, how it is, if it's black, if it's blue, and then the way it's sealed. So pretty much what I read is that there's probably about 300 possible figure slash baggy combination out there. And so there's just a lot of baggies, there's a lot of figures out there, and pretty much from 1978 to 1984 there was 90 multi-packs that were released from Kenner, from US Kenner. So that's the reason why there's so many baggies out there. Like, most of these guys right here, like this C3PO and then this Jawa right here, were pretty much all released during, you know, those multi-pack releases. So, you know, that was like, you know, JC Penney, you know, Sears, Montgomery Ward, all those stores had like some kind of multi-pack that was being offered at their stores. Plus, you got to take in consideration that a lot of car backs or a lot of the play sets had those special offer stickers where you mail off, you know, the purchase, you know, proof of purchase, excuse me, off to Kenner, and then Kenner will mail you a pretty much a mail away figure, and those came with their own little box, and then of course they were usually bagged. So that's pretty nuts. I just found out that there's 300 possible figure slash baggy combination out there, and then of course, you know, with the text and with the baggy type, the way it's sealed, there's about 25 different combinations with the baggies. But you know, I got all my Jawas out here. I did a video, but I'm gonna run through them really quick because, you know, I if it's your first time watching this video, then, you know, obviously you probably didn't see what I have in my collection. So let me just go off from the top, working my way down, and then show you what I have in my collection. So starting from up here at the top, this is pretty much the original one that I got. This is my light brown Stitch Jawa. So he received an 85 plus. So these are super common. You could really you could find these in the market like pretty much all day long, but these light brown Stitch Jawas are really common. So the next one is another super common one, and that's just the dark brown Stitch. So let me show you here. So yeah, this is a dark brown Stitch, you know, Jawa, and like I said again, these are mostly common. Again, you could find these in the marketplace pretty much anytime. Going down to the second tier here, this is where I get into my different color variants. And so this right here is a purple Stitch Jawa. So let me show you the label right there. So purple Stitch Jawa. These are somewhat common. You can find them. I know there's a couple being sold right now. I think they're a little bit overpriced. People do tend to overprice these figures, but this is a purple Stitch Jawa. Now this next one is a little bit more rare. I actually saw one come up for sale, but a ridiculous price. I wouldn't even pay that. I think they're asking for like 1,000 right now for this gray Stitch Jawa, but it is a little bit more rare. You don't see them that much in the market, but this is a gray Stitch Jawa. He received a 75, so you know, you do see some kind of like you know, some of the strings coming out of there, out of his cape and everything like that, but that is a gray Stitch Jawa. And like I said, I did see one come up. I think it's graded as an 80. I want to say it's an 80, but they're asking for 1,000. I think that's pretty nuts. The next one right here, again, you can find these just like the purple one. This is a dark green Stitch. So there's a label right there, and like I said, I think this baggie, I want to say this baggie right here is a green. It almost looks green to me. I don't know. man, I think it is. But anywho, yeah, this is a green, a dark green stitch, so you can kind of really see it right there. And then on the hood, you can see it right there. Not really at the bottom though, which is interesting. You kind of see like a brown stitch, but this is my dark green stitch. Now the other one's a funky variant. It is a green stitch, but this is a green stitch only on the sleeves. So as you can see right there on the sleeves, it's only green. And I'll show you the label here. So yeah, so this is a green stitch on sleeves. Now I did see another one out there in the market, and it's a green stitch only on the hood, and that's it. So that's very interesting, but they are asking a little bit too much for it, so I don't know about that guy. So I might have to wait for that one. The next one, of course, this is a beauty right here, and then this is the vinyl cape. This is the Kenner version of the vinyl cape. I think there's a Tall Toys version of the vinyl cape, so there are two versions of the vinyl cape, but this is a beauty right here. Really nice. So this is pretty much my little holy grail right there. The next one right here, this is very interesting, and I gotta give props to John for you know, letting me know about this. But this is a 3-tone stitch, so this does have 3 different variants of the stitch that's used on this Jawa. So this is a UKG, so I think this is my only UKG. So yeah, so this is right here a 3-tone stitch Jawa, and so very crazy. I mean, I think this is just kind of like those, I don't know if this is like an official variant or this is maybe like a factory error type thing where they just ran out of a certain color and they were like, well, we'll just use whatever we got and make the Jawa. So there's one. And then down here at the bottom, these are my small hood guys. These guys right here are the guys that have the small hood, as you can see right there, very small hood. And this guy right here is very common. He's part of that Power of the Force. I believe this is the guy that's in there in that card back right now. So they're really common with the Power of the Force card back, but these are the small hood smooth cape, and you know, it does have a smaller cape, or I'm sorry, a smaller hood. And then the cape is a different fabric, and it's a little bit smoother, but as you can see, the stitching there is a lot darker. It's like dark, so it's almost like black stitching there. So that's very interesting. And of course, the last one that I got here is another small hood. So there's a small hood, and then this one's a dark stitch. So as you can see right there, they did annotate that it's a dark stitch. I almost wonder if these guys are the same, but one thing I have noticed is that, as you can see on the hood on this guy right here, it does have the you know, some of that brown stitch right there on the hood. Now this guy is completely dark stitch, like black stitch all around the cape. So very interesting. And then of course this guy right now, a bagged figure, really cool to have in that collection. So that puts me at 11 loose Jawas, and then of course 1 carded. I would love to continue getting carded Jawas all day long, but the price is a little bit more when it comes to carded figures than loose figures. So you know, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, ooh, do I want to get a different variant or do I just want to get a card back? But I'd rather get the different variants right now because they're a little bit harder to get. I think card backs, you could pretty much find them out there. You know, there's people that's willing to sell those card backs, but you know, these different variants, they come around like maybe, I don't know, man, like maybe twice a year, and then that's it. So that's pretty much it. I just want to share my new addition to the Jawa army here. So I hope everybody's having an awesome day. Thank you for watching, thank you for the support, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.